Hey, 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 hey. Listen, I'm kind of lost for words because I'm sad. I'm really sad today. And I'm sad. Hey, Shay, baby. For those who here, please hit the like button. This is not going to be long because I know there's a lot of stuff going on around here and some lot of demons flying around here. And I just want to say this. I watched a little bit of a couple of videos this week. I got clips of them. However, they saddened me so much because all I heard was brokenness. So, this message is not a messy message, and this may not be for you, but my heart is hurting right now. It's kind of heavy, not because of something going on in my life, but something going on in all those women lives who did those lives this week. And I know I'm not the only one who witnessed a bunch of demons running around here, a bunch of broken women. And I guess the reason why it bothers me so bad because they broken black women. I am a black woman. I always tell you, first I'm a black woman, right? I'm a woman, and then I'm an African American black woman. I'm a mother. I'm a sister, right? I'm an aunt. I'm a grandmother. And it was so much brokenness. I heard so much trauma in these videos this week. Heard so much hurt and pain, children trapped in adults' body who have been traumatized. This ain't no messy. This is a message for you. And if it's for you, you could stay. If it's not, you could go ahead to the chaos. I can't take much more of the chaos. But I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna continue to come down here and do my thing. But let me explain something to y'all. It's deeper than what we see. And all those women who sat there and talked about their past trauma, their childhood, there's brokenness there. There's brokenness trapped in them. And so what they're doing is coming out here and they spewing all that hurt and hate on everyone who clicks their channel. And we all have seen the mess. And I mean, it's mess. But where do you start to heal? And yep, this is one of those, baby. This ain't no, flip side with Miss T. This is me speaking facts. I heard so much hurt and pain coming out all those women mouths, and most of them was suffering from childhood trauma. Anytime you could come down here and talk about your mother like that, or your children like that, or other people's mother and children, and you don't give a fuck about somebody else's mother and children, then you have problems. You have real problems. And the only thing YouTube and Google is doing for them is amping it up. Is amping it up because they getting paid for clicks and views. Even if they not monetized, y'all, don't be fooled. Those people are receiving deep pocket cash apps. And the demons are running around and they calling for everyone to get involved. And all of us is watching. So all of us basically, believe it or not, you could say is entertainment. You could say I don't judge people. You could say, oh, I just use it as entertainment. No, those spirits are jumping. They are jumping into us. They're jumping into us and we're not even aware of it. And that's because we are addicted to all this chaos. Where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? When you are a channel holder, certain things you should not allow on your platform, but these people do what they want. I'm not telling you to change anything for me, but you need to change it for yourself. See, because I'm okay. Trust and believe I'm happy, I'm at peace, and I am loved, and I have a family to love. But you women and men who's doing all this recklessness here on YouTube for these views, and you getting your children taken away from you, you allowing people to put bad mouth on your children, you putting bad mouth on someone else's children, including your own family, you got some deep-rooted problems. You need to go somewhere and seek some serious help. Your life will never be fulfilled with happiness and peace because you caught up in the demonic spirit. This is a spiritual warfare going on, and we all are a part of it. We all have a part of it. If you didn't see it, I wouldn't even direct you to anyone's pages. That's how ruthless, grimy, dirty, disgusting, and foul the shit was today. I'm telling you, hey, Queen, I was trying to call you. I had to cut it off. I said, it's too much. It's just too much. You guys are hurting. These people are hurting. And you know what? Believe it or not, they're crying out for help, but just don't know how because they caught up in the midst of this brokenness. There's a lot of broken people here, you guys, and YouTube have done nothing but gave these people a platform to spill out all their hate, their hurt, and their brokenness. I was so disgusted today. I really was, you know, and I was gonna come down here and go live at 12:30, but I had to get my grand dog groomed, and so I went and got him groomed, and then I hung out a little bit and did some me time while he was getting groomed. But these people are hurting. And in order for us to help, and I'm not summoning you to help them, we just need to step back because we are a part of this. We are okay in this. When we click on their channels and see them say all that foul shit about kids, molest, pedophile, aping, illing, that's destruction. That's mind destruction. Those are demonic spirits. And they may not like me saying this. And they may say, oh, I don't care what you say about my mother or my kids or my husband, my sister. But you do care. Because if you didn't care, or maybe you really don't care, and perhaps that's why you're caught up in this chaos. Because you don't care. Because you cannot possibly tell me you love yourself. You don't love yourself. You are hurting, and there's a deep rooted hurt. And these people need to seek some medical advice. They really do, because this is crazy. They going from platform to platform. They exploding with views. They bringing people in this. They calling out people that claim they in a peaceful state. They got to come out and answer. You don't have to do nothing, but they choose to. I mean, it's some serious brokenness over here. And if you guys don't see that, or if you dealing with an issue, and I know how I've watched some lives, I've spoken to some people, and they have their own mental illnesses going on. They have their own trauma going on. You should just log off. This is not for you. This is not for you. I told Diva, I said, Diva, I don't even know where to begin. The only thing that I can do is to try to breathe life into a dead person. And when I mean by that, that's broken, that's caught up in a bondage. These people can't even escape it. Everywhere they go, they chaotic because they can't escape the trauma because they haven't dealt with it. And they could continue to hurt themselves, their loved ones, and people that surround them. They can't even have good relationships. I was hearing about broken families, sisters not speaking to sisters, children not being placed with their parents. And everybody know a child, unless a child is in a detrimental state, right? A real bad state, a child should never be taken away from their mother. But we hearing all kinds of stuff here. The beef sector done went to hell. I don't care what nobody say. Oh, the beef sector is revived. Nah, it's not revived. The beef sector is getting darker and darker and darker. Each day we watch it. We're not doing anything over here that's fun and entertainment. We only dragging broken people into our brokenness. And I don't mean me, because I'm happy. I'm at peace. I'm loved. I give love. I'm blessed. But everybody's not like that. And so they just grasping at straws. They just screaming. I mean, they are screaming loud for help. And no one really realized that unless they have dealt with people like that before. I know that they screaming out for help. They just don't know how to get it. No one, I believe, from me, from what I believe, want to be unhappy and never at peace and in constant chaos. I just can't believe that. It's just going to be too much talking about these innocent babies. Innocent kids don't have no right to be on YouTube. Shouldn't even adult mouths shouldn't even be put on these kids. Some of the vicious, The foulest shit, the vilest shit I ever heard is being spoken about little kids. And you think that's fucking entertainment? No, we done bumped our heads. We done fell off and bumped our heads. I'm telling you, you may think as a content creator, and I'm telling you, my heart is kind of broken, but you might think as a content creator that no one is listening to you or what positivity you have to offer. They are listening because, believe it or not, we have a live that's going on or should be going on that's going to be a knockdown, drag out live. And I have 37 people in here. See, so people don't always want the chaos. Some people are bowing out. But you know what? The best thing to do is don't entertain that shit and don't give them a click interview. And then they won't have that support. They have tons of support. You got people with 1,100, 1,000, 2,000 people in their chat, in their live, that's doing all this to these innocent kids. You putting your mouth on innocent children. Do you realize that what you put out there, you're going to reap? These people must don't know what reaping season look like. They must don't believe in God's word. What you sow shall you reap. You may not see it now, but it's coming your way. It is coming your way and is going to come fast because we are caught up in the warfare. A warfare you're not even equipped to fight. I know you're not equipped to fight just the way you talking. It is so getting so sickening over here. Yes, we was like, oh yeah, we want the beef sector back. Yeah. This is not the beef sector. You guys have allowed everyone to come over here and spew all that hate and talk about kids. That's all they did was talk about someone's children. What kind of shit is that coming from grown people? People who have children of their own. I just thought, I said, oh man, this shit is getting sicker. So with that being said, I'm not going anywhere. I think I'm going to switch. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do my positive, motivational, uplifting, inspirational speeches in the morning. You know, my messages in the morning, but it's somebody here that needs to hear this. Keep doing what you're doing. If you are a platform owner, continue to be you, continue to stay in your lane and be positive. Now, here's something that I hold on dearly to, scripture, and I don't know what scripture it is, but I'm going to tell you, if you be faithful with the few, God will make you ruler over many. I apply that in my life all the time for everything. That was a general piece of scripture for me. If you be faithful with a few, I'll make you ruler over many. If you be faithful with the 5 or 10 people coming in chat, God will increase that because you made it. You remain faithful. Don't worry about the views you see, the 1,000 people here, the 1,200 people there, the 2,000 here, the cash apps ringing there, the super chats ring. No. Continue to do your work. Stay in your lane and God will bless you. I promise you that. I used to come down here and I only had 5, 10 people, 15. Now sometimes I get 100 in the chat. I have gone far as 300 in the chat, you know, and I still remain positive no matter what I talk about. If you ever notice and you really listening to me, I wrap it up with something positive because out of every negative situation, there's something positive that we can get out of it. We just have to look for it. And no matter what's going on around us in these YouTube streets now, all this garbage coming over here and we running over the other garbage, just know this. Those are broken people and they hurting and they're going to hurt someone else because they are in constant chaos and hurt. Someone has hurt them badly. I don't know how. Some of them are speaking about it because they speak about they don't have their mothers in their life. They expecting to manipulate people and to control people. Something is definitely wrong with them. It's not you, it's them. It's them. And I'm not going to be here long before you. I just wanted to tell you this. I just wanted to say this message for whomever it's for. I don't know. I just wanted you to know that there's a lot going on. We got a spiritual warfare going on. I don't know who you believe in, but I believe in God. And I know that God will tell me when it's time for me to draw. Hey, Red! Oh, that's my baby. Hey, Sugar Wugger. That's my baby. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's my baby. God will tell you to take your focus and stop following all this mess and get back to healthiness. We're not healthy when we're not happy. You can't be happy if you're not mentally, physically, and spiritually happy. Healthy, I mean. So these people are hurting. When you hear them yell like that and they don't care about someone's talking about their children, their mothers, their fathers, their sisters and brothers, they are full of hurt. They are full of hurt and they will never heal unless they get the proper, professional help. We need to back up. We need to back up and look for places that we can go to that's calm, that's relaxing, that's speaking life into you. I come down here to speak life into you, not take life away from you by degrading you, you know? And when people say, oh, hey, baby girl, I miss you so much. I got to hit you up, pumpkin. When people say, oh, this is the beef sector, this is entertainment, we part of the beef sector, that's a mental state. I'm not part of this chaos and this demonic shit. No, no, no. I am here on my platform, in my lane, and I'm not getting in your lane. I'm staying in my lane because I know what my lane give. I know what type of car I drive over here. So I'm going to stay in my lane. But it's getting a little bit too much. It's just getting overwhelming out here. And you guys need to guard your peace. I'm telling you, energy is everything. Energy, guard your energy. I know we like the drama, but sometimes you got to pull back from that shit. And I think it's time for a lot of us to pull back our support for some of the things that's going on. And I can't tell you what to do, but I know what Mz.Teavalocity gonna do. It's time for me to pull back. It's just too much. Hey, Red, you got your mind stick, baby? Let me look right quick. Oops, I'm sorry. It's time for me to pull back. I said I shouldn't even go live, but you know what? Everybody is not wanting to see all that shit. Some people just want a calm state. Hold on, let me make sure that I have hold on, baby girl, that I have you modded up, Red. David, oh, you do have it. Okay, all right, baby girl, you have it. So with that being said, you guys just gotta, we have to know when to hold them and fold them, and there's a lot of boundaries being crossed. And you can't sit there and tell me you happy when every day you in the midst of fucking chaos. You're not happy, you're pretending. See, when you yell and cuss and talk about kids and dead mamas, dead daddies, dead uncles, cousins, dogs, and cats, and when that's all you got to give is a bunch of screaming and yelling and trying to degrade other women, black women, and then you wonder why you got other folk and other ethnic group downing us and dragging us and doing what they want to us because we do what we want to us, and they only following suit. I don't give a damn what nobody say. They are following suit. They say, you don't care about you, I'm not going to care about you. And we have enough people out there that don't care about us as black people, as black women and men. They have no regards for our lives. We see our lives being taken on a daily basis. And that's because they feeding it to this chaos. And we are letting them run rampant. We're letting the demons out. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I'm not going to be before you long. I know some of you do want to go and, see some of the drama, but I'm telling you, it is getting real dirty and grimy out here. Hey, Melissa, baby, it's getting real dirty and grimy. And these people are picking anybody to beef with. They just want beef with anybody. And if they see you, let me tell you, I'm going to tell you this too. If they see you at peace, listen, they don't want you to be at peace. They want you to be miserable. Misery love company. So they don't want to see you in a peaceful state. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want you to get out there and walk and enjoy. They want to just tie up this whole thing with live after live after live and just dragging kids. And they only there for the numbers. They don't give a shit about you. They don't care about your daughter, your son, your mother, your father, because they just care about the numbers. I don't care about the numbers. Yes, I like to see people in here. I love to see people engage. YouTube, watch the engagement. However, I'm not going to get so caught up that I get drug into this mess. I'm not going to get, nobody will use me. People are being used. YouTube ships, friendships are being turned on. They running plays like a mother on us. They are running plays. They making up storylines just for us to be entertained. I don't need that entertainment. I don't need that type. Hey, youngest sibling, how you doing? I need a little laughing. I want to laugh a little bit, enjoy it. I can't enjoy this mess. It's so demonic. It's terrible. I'm telling you, the way they was talking about kids today, I was like, oh Jesus, no, no, no. Please make it stop. He said, yeah, I'm gonna make it stop. You just click off. It'll stop. But still, it was in my spirit because I felt bad for the children. Sometimes you can even hear children in the background when some of the stuff is being done. So, do you know what those people are pouring into their children? Hate, unhappiness, unhealthiness. That's what you pour into your kids when they hear all this. Oh, it is real sad on these streets, man. We wanted the beef sector to come back alive, but I didn't think I wanted it like this. I don't think I will. And you hear people, and I was watching the chat because the chat has it going on now. I was watching the chat, and you got people in there saying they disgusted, and oh, that's sad. Oh, they doxing in your chat. Oh, they talking about kids. They got your kids' picture. All that crazy shit. But they never clicked off. Well, how would I know? Because to be honest with you, hey Victoria, my baby, I hope you got my message, love. I clicked off. I heard enough on. It's just they doing too much, you guys. Somewhere we have to draw a line. We have to set boundaries on what we go watch because whether you believe it or not, that gets into your spirit. It gets into your spirit and it just draws you in. And the reason why I draw us in is because we just want to see how far they gonna go. How far these people really gonna go? But they gonna go real far. And you got people here now, in that other sector I visited, and I know Diva, boundaries is everything, baby. You welcome, Victoria. Um, I was like, damn, these people are serious. They pull up. So I'm looking for someone to get hurt. I wouldn't want it, but it is what it is. You get what you give, you get what you give, right? And these people are crossing the line now. They are really crossing the line. And I just would say that continue to be positive. Don't quit. Don't quit. If you're a content creator and you're in here, I'm telling you, don't quit. Come down. Your spirit will connect with the spirit that's meant for it to connect with. You don't have to ask, you don't have to beg. You just need to be yourself, and God will send you those people. And remember what I said, if you be faithful with a few, I'll make you ruler over many. If you live in a paper box and you keep that paper box clean, smelling fresh, and you thank God for that paper box, He will bless you with a home. He will bless you, but you got to be faithful for what He's giving you. You have to be grateful. Your gratitude is everything to God. See, God don't ask us for much. One thing God does ask us for is gratification. That's all. I'm grateful that you gave me this. And I'm going to do my best with this, God, and then you will reward me because that's God's promise. So don't give up. Whatever you're doing, if you manifested something, and I'm going to wrap this up, positive energy is everything. is everything. I'm going to wrap this up with this. Listen, if you ask God for something and you have manifested something, remember this: when you gave birth, or if you gave birth, but you know of birth, if you didn't give birth, you know that that seed is planted and it takes 9 months to grow. And then out comes a beautiful, healthy boy or girl or baby in general. It doesn't matter. When God bless you with something, even a child with disability, the way they talk about these kids with disabilities and they parents with children with disabilities, I'm like, what the fuck? Even if God bless you with a baby with a disability, he blessed you with that baby for a reason. And you need to be a good, loving, nurturing parent, no matter what your child is. To this day, I still nurture my children in a way, believe it or not, if they are grown, grown. Diva, and don't open your mouth. They're still my children. I was blessed with them. We done went through good times and bad times, but we are still there for each other. We still shower that love. And it's the same with anything. These people talk about autistic children like an autistic child is a curse. And then they get so grimy with this shit. Oh, your baby was born like that because you was on drugs. You was this, you was that. Let me tell you something. That does not mean a person was on drugs just because their baby came out with autism. It's people who have done, women who have done all the right things through their pregnancy, and they still had a baby with autism or something's wrong. That's what God blessed you with. Do what you're supposed to do with that baby, you know? But the message was, I was wrapping it up saying this: even if you manifest something, you have to give time for the manifestation to come to fruition. My manifestations are coming to fruition. I had to wait patiently, position myself in the right place to receive my manifestations. Don't give up. Yeah, yeah. My mother, yeah, I still nurture my kids, baby. You know, and so, and I still love my kids. But so if you manifest something, please believe in manifestation. Believe that energy is a very important part in our lives. Guard your energy, guard your peace, guard your happiness, take care of your family. Love yourself more than you love anything in this world. And if you don't love yourself, and that's what I heard a lot today, they don't love themselves. They don't really love their kids. They don't love their mamas. They don't love their daddies. Hey, you baby. They don't love anybody. They don't love anybody, but it's not exactly their fault. That's where it gets a little deeper. And those people need to dig a little deeper because these are grown hurting people. And I did a message on this long time ago. I did a live on this. When you are in a traumatic situation when you're a child, that situation will go throughout life with you if you don't get help. And from what I hear, a lot of these people are not getting help. A lot of these people are really trauma bonding. And that's what they attracted to. They attracted to people who have suffered trauma. And 9 times out of 10, if a person is trauma bonding, the relationship will not last. It will not last because you're meeting me at a place that I've been before. And that's all we really could talk about and support each other with that. But they don't get the help that they need professionally. You need professional help in order to help you with your trauma. This ain't nothing but chaotic, traumatized adults, and from what I heard, some of them have their children, some of them don't. So if you don't have your children, it's easier for you to talk about other kids. They getting downright dirty with it too. Talking about, oh God, it's so fucking disgusting. I don't even want to go. I'm telling you, they getting downright dirty with it. Real bad. Welcome to All Content Creators Slide Through. Thank you. Thank you, Diva. Thank you, Redbone. Diva, you see my red here? So I'm going to drop this link because I told you I wasn't going to be before you long. But I could promise you when I get off here, I won't be watching that drama. I'm going to just stay over here in my lane. I'm probably going to watch some type of TV show. And I'm going to tell you, before I go out for surgery, can we speak? Before you go out for surgery, can we speak? Sure. You guys could drop my email. You can't lift me if you have your foot on my neck and you have a noose around me. Exactly. And that's why the relationship's not lasting. You can't have a good relationship when you're not happy and healthy. I do look, but a few say bye. Yeah, I just can't do it no more, you guys. And I just said it was enough today. It was enough today because I really felt sad. I felt sad for the kids because these children will not have the opportunity to live a healthy, happy life if their parents don't get help. If they don't log off this computer and go get them some psychological, clinical help, then the children can't live healthy because you're acting out with your kids. You can't love your kids. If you feel as though that you weren't loved or your parents allowed something to happen to you, something bad, something traumatic to happen to you, and you haven't gotten help for it, is no way that you can produce love for your children. It would be very difficult. You have to be loved to love. You have to be taught love to give love. And from what I see, whew, I don't know. I think a lot of people are. Thank you, baby girl, sweetheart. You can reach me behind the scenes. Okay. Before I go to surgery, Miss Shireen. Yeah, you can reach me behind the scenes, baby. I am going out for surgery too, Miss Shireen. 6 weeks. Wishing you quick. Well, I wish both of you ladies a speedy recovery. God's got your back. Always remember that God is the surgeon, really. God's the surgeon. He's just using those people hands. So God's got your back. I hope both of you have a speedy recovery of you and Miss Shireen as well. But I'm going to drop this link right quick. Listen, I don't want to get into past stuff. I don't want to get into stuff done, other people's mess. I want to stay in my lane. It's best that I keep chugging along in my lane because right now I'm driving a Kia, a Honda. Next week I may be driving a Lamborghini, a Maserati, a Porsche. God is blessing me, and I'm going to come on here and take you with my journey. Okay? I'm going to take you on my journey as well. But like I said, when God is blessing you and you know you have manifested for things, you have done manifestation prayer, and meditation. And I always tell you, speak life and wisdom into yourself as well as your princesses and your princesses. They are joint heirs, they are our future. We are God heirs. We deserve everything our hearts desire, and God will give it to us. But we got to remember, we have to stay in position, and some things we have to let go. We have to let go old things to get new things. But your manifestation is coming. It will come full fruition if you believe it. God bless you both of you, and sure may you heal quickly and come back better than ever. Exactly. And just let old stuff go, baby. Just let old stuff go. These people ain't worth it. They not even worth it. People don't even know that YouTube is going to demonetize their channel, and YouTube is going to snatch and strike some channels for the stuff that's going on. These people, all they do but have to report some of the stuff that's being said and done, and they are going to snatch channels. And for people who's using this as a support system, and it's just not entertainment, and you coming down here, just to talk or whatever, YouTube is going to be on their ass, and it's going to be shortly. They're going to start snatching channels. If people write the right type of letters, if you sharp with a pen, and when you start hearing them talking about these children with autism and disabilities and dead people, if you sharp with a pen, you send a letter up to YouTube, they don't have no choice but to act upon it. But they're paying for us to act just like we act. That's why they done made it that people can give you money even when you sleep. They got the little heart symbol over there that you could donate because they want you to act as much as a donkey as you can to continue to degrade and tear down your own people. And that's all I see over here is a lot of destruction of our own people. Hey, Daya, what's going on, baby? So, you guys, that's all. I just wanted to come and share that with you because I was really irritated. And like I said, I know there's a lot of lives going on. So I didn't expect no tons of people to come here, but I did expect people who's here, who supports me, people who getting tired of the mess to come to a place that you could have a little peace, a little serenity. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna drop this link. If not, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Like I said, it wasn't going to be long. I want to thank the people who super chatted me last week. I received some cash apps, and super chats. Thank you so much. I really greatly appreciate you all. I've never taken you for granted. I will never take you for granted. I don't care if I come down here and we have 2,000 people. Believe me, I am grateful to have you all here supporting me. Thank you very much. I have reached 2,000. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for the 2,000. I did reach my 2,000. Thank you for the new subscribers. Is always I'm always grateful for Diva, Redbone, Life with Jamila, BB Nice, my mods. I'm always grateful to you all for being down here because I know you don't make much, but we are about to take this to a whole nother level. Please make sure you hit the like. Thank you. And so know that we're about to take it to another level, and I am going to start a membership. And I think it's only going to be one level, you guys. And what I'm going to do is on that membership channel, we're going to go in there, have games. We're going to sit down and relax and talk about some other stuff. Okay. And we'll have games on that channel. And that way, my members will be able to participate and I won't feel no type of way. You know, like giving somebody money who really don't support me. They only came down for the game show. Oh, my sister Regina M. Thank you, Diva. Bless the Lord. Thank you, Diva. But anyway, I really do appreciate you. Victoria, I appreciate you. I know you're a new subscriber, or you may have been hanging up in the clouds, baby, but I appreciate you so much. Beautiful soul. Redbone, you know, of course, Melissa. Y'all, Melissa was getting off the other day too on somebody with something happening here. Let me say something about me and this chat. You guys already know Miss T. Hey, Lisa J. Thank you, baby. Y'all already know Miss T don't know how to follow this chat. I be behind. And so I didn't see something stirring up here with Melissa, but Melissa is my buddy. I would have never allowed it to happen, and neither would my mods had we known that someone was making her uncomfortable in my chat. But she knows that. I don't have to, keep saying it to her. I apologize for whatever happened in my chat. Okay, because I don't like that. When people come over here, I want them to jump down and be comfortable. We do something different over here. My vibe is a little different. I'm never gonna get so grimy. I may be a little messy, but I'm not grimy, dirty, vicious, hateful. And I don't want to degrade my people. I don't care what they do. I don't want to degrade them. Like I said, I don't even care if they make a video about me. I'm not going to come back and degrade them, okay? I just don't get down like that. I will not allow my crown to be tilted ever again if I can help it. Hey, Kimberly Black, that's another one. Hey, baby girl. So I tell you, I already know that we all are in the same area and we share same subscribers. And when other people go on, a lot of times you may not get the crowd you want over here. You may not get the crowd you want over here if it's just you and it live. You just got to keep going. Yes, Mz.Teavalocity reached 2K. Thank you, Lisa J. Miss T. Miss T. Okay, wait, Sheree. Miss T. I would love to have a conference call. I don't know how my rehab will go, but I message. Okay, baby. I don't get on the phone with people. I have to be honest with you. Other than my sister and some select few, I don't do a lot of phone. If you notice, a lot of this shit is behind the scenes, behind the scenes, and a lot of stuff start there. So I'm not saying you want to start anything, baby. I'm just telling you, I don't do phone calls really. You can get me through IG though. You have my IG, Queen Diva? You could see I have my IG page, baby. You could contact me there, or either you could email me and I'll respond, but I don't do phone calls. You know, let me tell you something. This area has made me, oh, okay. Love you, Pumpkin. Love you so much. Make sure you let me know when you're off so we could get on the phone. Now, I do call my baby because that's my baby girl. She's been with me since day one. I love that lady. Okay, so we could talk. Love you, baby. Um, but so Shireen, not to shut you down, baby. I just don't want to do that. A conference call consists of me, you, and someone else. Okay. So I'm not sure if that's what you want to do, baby, a conference call. But yeah, I don't get on the phone. I'd rather not. And nothing towards you, baby, but that's just how I am. I'd rather not. Now, you know what I would love to do, you guys? And I told Diva, I'm just going to stay out the way because this is probably a little bit too much for me. I would love to just really talk to some of these women. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I think I know who this is. Hold on, you guys. That's you, Tanya?
Hello, Miss.
Hi,
Yes,
baby.
ma'am.
Okay.
How
Hey,
you
Sheila.
doing?
I'm doing well.
Hey, Miss T.
Hey, girl.
Just so you know, I'm not one of those people that's messy in the background. Typically, when I do talk to people, it's about business, and you can
Okay,
ask
cool.
any content creator. When I said a conference, I was thinking of the View, since I just realized she's going through surgery as well.
Oh, okay.
But because because there's something weighing heavy on my heart, and before I go into this surgery, it is brain surgery. So I
Oh.
don't know what the
Mhm,
outcome is going to be as far as my verbal skills, cognitive
mhm,
skills, whatever. But I have something weighing on my heart, and it's been weighing since before February when we go into Black History Month.
mhm,
Every sector I went in, which is primarily Black sectors,
mhm,
without separating them,
mhm,
they're all throwing around drags about children.
mhm.
Oh, you were molested. And when I say this, I'm talking
Watch.
about,
Just
let me,
say the M word, cause
oh,
because
the M
YouTube
word.
was
Okay, I'm
trying to
sorry. I
right.
apologize.
That's okay, baby.
Okay,
Just say the N word and substitute. Go ahead.
okay. I did a video. I have a channel.
Mhm.
I was a
Okay.
child protective service investigator.
Mhm.
So I had to take pictures. I had to
Mhm.
document whether there were deaths or not, or
Mhm.
remove,
Yep.
unlive, or remove,
Mhm.
people from homes.
Mhm.
It hurts me to see our community talk about children the way we talk about them. Now, I don't know if you know anything about the DC area, but around COVID time, about 20 something young girls went missing, and
Mhm.
they still haven't found those young
Mhm.
ladies.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
there's something that Black women don't understand, that we have the Eve gene, and we have our pituitary gland does not calcify as fast as other groups. It
Exactly.
calcifies around like mid teens, like around
Mhm.
maybe 15 or 16. Everybody else is calcified around the age of 7 to 8. Now, that is almost like a fountain of youth.
Mhm.
So many of our young girls, when they do find them, they are missing organs. People are thinking that our young
Absolutely.
girls are just missing because of sex trafficking, but it's
Mhm.
also organs.
Mhm. That's why
So
they
this
don't respond
that's the
fast.
macro.
Mhm.
Exactly. So that's the macro.
Mhm.
Okay. So now let's come to my micro. So we have these individual communities here on social media of
Mhm.
people that are melanated, who
Mhm.
are making fun of the fact that I call CPS on your kids, that they weaponize CPS. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's why your kid got something. I heard a lady say today, that's why your son had his, you know what, played with.
Mm.
I can't even say that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I'm watching someone like a Hassan Campbell who is
Mm-hmm.
crying on camera because he's saying, I came out with my story about being molested, and now y'all are
You gotta
attacking
watch
me.
that, baby. You
Oh, I'm
gotta
sorry. I'm
watch
sorry.
that word.
I'm a cash. Let me make sure I
Mhm,
get your cash out before I leave.
mhm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because they
You
will
have a
not.
man
Let
who's
me tell you
almost
something.
50.
Go ahead. I know
I was
Hassan Campbell. I know his story with
right.
African
So
Bobby.
you
So
know what's
go ahead.
going on with all of them.
I
So
do
you
know
have this
Hassan
man
Campbell.
who, who is crying out, who opened up his story, and he
Hmm.
was not the only one. And now our people are using that to say that's why you are
Uh-huh.
gay or you're this or
Uh-huh.
you that you're a thigh son. That's what they
Hmm.
call him.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't understand why in our community there is anything funny about children being harmed. I'm not understanding that because the time that I grew up in, I shared it on Bro Jay's page on his page. I was a latchkey kid.
Hmm.
My parents worked in, DC, Tyson's Corner, whatever they said in traffic. I got home before them, but there was always neighbors who like stayed home where they had daycares, and they was gonna let my parents know what was going on. And
Exactly.
even my parents told me in their generation, my father would
Mhm.
tell me, do you know that when I did something wrong, the neighbors could spank me
Yeah,
without my mother's permission because I
back in
did
the
something
day.
wrong?
Hmm. But see,
Because
we're not
they
a
didn't look
village
at it
now.
as
We're not
right. They
a
didn't look
village
at it
now.
as that's your child,
There
this
you
is my
go.
child. They look at it,
Right.
these are our children.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because if we invest in our children, one day these are going to be the same people that are taking care of us in nursing homes or doing whatever it may be. And if we didn't even protect them as kids, if we
Hmm.
can come up here as mothers and fathers or whatever and make a joke out of kids getting harmed,
Yeah, yeah.
why would they even respect us?
That's the environment we in. But we have to do our best to make sure we don't fall in that category. That's why I said at some
It's
point
killing
we
me,
got to
Miss T.
we have to pull back our support, because if you notice that we feed the beast. I always say that we feed the beast by giving them clicks and views. And I'm not saying, oh, here we go. I'm not saying y'all get that troll. I think I blocked. I'm not saying not to support somebody in so many words. I ain't telling you where to go, because we all are grown and we should go where we want to. However, we need to know that we are feeding the beast. We're feeding the
Well,
beast.
that's what I suggested. Yeah, and
Yeah.
and and that's what I suggested. I said
Mhm.
when I come, I'm thinking positive when I come out of this
Mhm.
recovery
You're gonna come
that
out.
maybe that is my God has something that he wants all of us to do. And
And
I've always worked with kids throughout my whole life.
mhm,
I sort of like got sidepath when I was sick and I was
mhm,
angry with God or whatever.
mhm,
But always God had instilled something in me where I always had a soft spot for children. I love children. And so when I come back, what I was saying to Bro Jay is that I want to hit them in the pockets like white people do.
mhm,
It just like if I go to your store and you treat me like I'm going to steal something and watch me, guess what? I'm going to tell all the other black people in the community, don't go support that
mhm.
person. Don't support their store.
All
And
right.
that's what I want to start doing here. If
Well,
we as grown people can't protect our kids,
what do we have
what's
left?
going to be what's the future?
But we're not. And here, I'm gonna tell you something. Ooh, without saying too much. I have seen, let me just say this. In I have seen many people sit up and suffer when I'm trying to say how I could see this without, oof, God. Anyway, I have seen many people who have been suffering, and they are on their last. Yeah, okay. Let me just say, I work and I've seen many people die without anyone by their bedsides, and I used
Hmm.
to question, how could you not?
Why?
Oh my gosh! Now, why their daughter or son not? Where their grandkids? Why these people? Because you know why? Many of our children today who are separated from their parents or don't have their parents in their lives, they're going to die the same way without anyone being there to comfort them
Right.
in their last days. And I see it all the time. And again, I used to question it. Why aren't these people, families visiting? Where's their children? If they had children, where their grandchildren? You know why? Because it's family dynamics. And it's so important for you to fix your broken family. I don't care how you do it. As
Yes.
long as God give you breath, you are able to fix something that is broken when it comes to
Amen.
your family. You don't want to die by yourself. You know, you just, I'm telling you, some of these people are spending their last days, and I'm seeing more and more of it. And so now with what I'm seeing here, that is going to be even more people dying. And
Yeah.
that's a
It's getting
lonely
worse.
state to
Yeah.
be in. Is a lonely state to die by yourself. Is a
Look
sad.
at the timeline, Miss T. Look at the time or the spectrum. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking about people in our sectors talking about kids.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're
Yeah.
talking about children who don't have a voice, who can't speak up for themselves. They get shoved from home to home, foster care, whatever, group homes or whatever. But then let's look at the other side of it. We're looking at someone like a Hassan Campbell who has a voice, who has a large following, who's married, who has kids, who has money,
Yep.
who is still coming up here crying like a baby
But you know what?
about
I'm
what he
wondering.
went through.
I'm wondering, you know what? You know what? Especially coming from a man's
Hmm.
perspective. And I always said I had a show scheduled years ago, and I have encountered some men in my business, in my daily life, whose things have happened to them from childhood trauma, and some of them decided to live life a reckless way, but it always
Right.
came back with, for some reason, I must have it written on my forehead that people feel easy to talk to me. Like I'm an easy person to talk to because I listen. Now I can't fix
And when
all
they
the
tell you
problems,
don't it rip your heart apart,
and it makes me
you're
so
empath.
sad. And I said, you know what? A lot of men don't want to come out here and say that
No.
things like Mo have happened to them because they embarrassed, because they are men.
Because look at how he's being treated. He's
I was about
automatically
to
being
say,
labeled
yep,
as being a gay man
yep, and the
when
backlash
he
they get.
doesn't identify as a gay man.
Exactly. And you know what, black.
So they're making fun of his molestation.
I, 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 I,
And when I did go
oh,
through
girl,
training,
if
and
you say
oh,
that
I'm
word
sorry.
wrong,
Oh,
oh my
I'm
gosh.
sorry.
Okay.
Where's your can
No, no, no.
um
You know what?
you the phone number that I put in your chat? Just text me your Cash App,
You
okay?
put a phone
I
number in?
apologize. Yeah, I put my phone number in the chat.
Oh, don't do that,
Ca-
Tanya. Don't do
I
that.
don't listen, Miss T. Listen, when you're doing the way I look at it, when you're doing right and doing what you're supposed to do, you're protected.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think your number in here though, baby. They might
Yeah,
have
I
taken it
did.
out. We don't see
Oh,
it.
okay. How do I? Because I don't know how to look at when I'm on my phone. I don't know how to look at the chat and
No,
also
your
talk
phone
on the
number not
panel.
there. Don't put it under. But so I see what Hassan Campbell is going through because I've listened. I used to
But
watch Hassan
that's
Campbell
a
all
grown
the time.
man,
But that happened.
right?
There's a
So,
lot of grown men out there crying inside,
so think
dying
about a
inside
5 year
because
old,
they can't tell their story because they are ashamed and they know that people
right?
weaponize their story. There's a lot of people on here that's not screaming and hollering and telling their stories, but they don't want to tell it because of the climate here. But we should be able to listen to someone's story and help them heal the best that we can. You know,
But
just don't drag them.
what I can't understand is mothers.
Yeah.
I can't understand a mother who carried a child for 9 months, nurtured that child,
Mhm,
to come up here and make fun of a child. What I heard today on Miss P panel,
mhm.
it's even hard to repeat that somebody was saying that's why somebody played with your son. You know what?
Yeah.
Just
Well, it
right.
was over in the other sector.
How?
It was over in the other sector, and for some reason, we believe
It's
that
happened here too.
I know, but
It's
I'm saying
happened. We can't ignore it. It's happened here too.
it's happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere.
But we can't. We have to stop it
You
because
can't, baby.
listen, when I did go through the CPS training, that was my first time. Miss T, let me tell you, I thought only females got molested.
No,
Um,
God damn,
uh, moderated. I thought only females got moderated. Okay.
violated. Just
I-
say violated.
it-
Yeah.
okay, violated. Growing up, that was my idea of that it was some old man that will do something to a younger woman. And I remember my grandmother now telling me something like old men will give you worms and stuff, the different sayings or whatever.
Mhm.
And old men would cat call if you walking down the street, stuff like that. That's
Mhm.
all that was my reality.
Mhm.
But then when I went through the CPS training and I heard the percentage of boys that were in
Oh
that
yeah,
situation,
it's high.
it was
It's
just as
very high.
many as females.
It's
But
very
they
high.
don't report it as much because they're embarrassed because it's the same sex.
Well, some
And they don't
females
want
don't
people to
report it.
look at them like they are a certain way if they're not, which is nothing wrong with it if you are. But I'm just saying why it's underreported. And I remember sitting in that training like, are you serious? It would be uncles, big brothers. I had a situation where this boy got AIDS because his brother came out of jail
Mm.
and did whatever he did to him at 14 and
Mhm.
gave him AIDS.
Mhm.
And this was just mind blowing for me because I only thought it happened to girls.
No, it happens to
That's how
everyone.
small
It
my
happens
mind was.
to, and the black family tend to sweep it under the carpet. Okay. Oh, okay. The black people tend to Lord, sweep it under the carpet. That shit popped on. But anywho, it's not
All right.
just boys, it's girls, is and like I said, a lot of people are dealing with they 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 sh- they actually coming out here screaming for help, but in the midst of
Mhm.
screaming for help, they're acting out from their hurt and pain. And it's just so it's so hurtful to see when you could hear it and you know it, you recognize that people are screaming out for help, you know.
Mm.
But hi Jahad Bell, would you like to join the panel, Jahad Bell? Buck breaking, that's a man. I don't know who Jahad is, but is a man. You want to join the conversation? Have you experienced something like this before, Jihad? And this is a place you could speak about it, baby. I mean, it's a
Jesus, it
place you can
breaks my
speak about it.
heart.
But it's very heartbreaking. But I'm gonna get ready. We need to stop shaming victims and using their abuse against them. That's what it is re-victimizing the
Hmm.
victims. So people don't want to
Right.
come out here and say, I remember when I was talking to this young man. Okay, thank you, baby. I was talking to this young man and he was telling me his story. And I told him, I said, I have a YouTube channel and I'm looking for a gentleman to tell his story. I said, I'm trying to find me a male victim of the N word and what happened. And his story was very, very compelling. Now, I wonder if he was telling me all the truth. But this young man had met somebody on Grindr or Jack. So, he was the same
Hmm.
sex, and he met somebody there and he ran off with him and a young boy too. He was only what I think like 23 or 25. He met him on Grinder. Yeah, because I said, "Oh, where did you meet him at?" Grinder, Jack, and he said, "Oh, how do you know?" I said, "Oh, I know." He said he met him on Grinder, and it was an older gentleman, and he took him to Atlanta. He went down there and met him in Atlanta. He said, and him and the gentleman, for about a week was kicking it real good. Things was going good. Then he got a job and he decided that he was going to go work. And apparently the older gentleman didn't like it. So he
Hmm.
said he offered him to come out for dinner. He said they had been to this place before and they had been eating dinner together. He never thought nothing of it. So he go to use the bathroom, right? And when he come back, to his drink, he just started drinking the drink. He said, and I start feeling funny. He
Oh,
said, I
Jesus.
start feeling funny. So that gentleman
Mm.
who he had been with, an older man, took him somewhere and let some of the unthinkable things happen to him. right? So somehow he ended up in my place, and we were taking care of him. But he was telling me the story. But then as I talked to him, and I told you, it just seemed like people I'm easy to talk to, right? He started telling me his story about him being younger because he was saying his grandmother and grandfather brought him to my place of business to have him checked out. I guess they went to Atlanta and got him and brought him back, right?
Right.
And they checked him in. They checked him in. And so he was there, receiving treatment and stuff. And he was telling me that his mother allowed some bad things to happen to him when he was young. And his mother was out in the street basically, but the mother was giving him to older.
I
So
get what you're
he
saying, to
went
get money.
right. So he went back with the grandparents,
Uh-huh.
with the grandparents, and they raised him. But they raised him in a part of town that's a little different for black folk, right? So he was one of
Mm-hmm.
those kind of preppy boys. But his whole life was traumatized by this event, and his mother wasn't there for him. And so what happens? He meets somebody on Jack Grinder, one of those. I think it was Grinder. He meets someone on
Mm-hmm.
Grinder and they expose him to other things and they allow bad things to happen to him.
In my
So,
in my investigations, and most people that committed those crimes,
mm-hmm,
they said that they were able to sense, they were
mm-hmm,
able to pick up something in that child
mm-hmm,
that they knew that they had already been through that, and that's what made it easy.
mm-hmm. Well,
I
because
don't know
they
what that
right.
is, but the people that are the abusers or the
Mm-hmm.
predators, they can something about it they can sense,
You
and
can
they
sense
know
weak
which
people.
children they can prey on.
Yeah, and they out here all the time. And another thing too, um, people could sense when someone is hurting too, because a lot of times when
Mhm.
someone is hurting, they want to talk to someone. So you meet someone, and right away you start telling them your whole life story. So they could
Right.
prey on you from there because they see your weakness and they'll play on your weakness. And a lot of them are narcissistic. They'll love bomb you
Yeah.
and do everything.
Yeah.
And that's what
Yep.
happened to that young man. The man love
Mhm.
bombed him, treated him good, and gave him a place to stay, and he ended up taking advantage of
Fake
him,
love.
you
Yeah.
know, and then he allowed other men to do it. And he said he was gonna come on here and tell his story, but he never did. Yeah, predators know their prey. Exactly, Jahad Ball.
Yeah.
A lot of people confused with asexuality nowadays. That's why over 50% of transgender male attempt suicide, and another 50% of all transgenders switch back anyway. Really?
Well,
They switch back,
uh,
Jahad? I didn't know that. Thank you
well,
for the statistics.
Miss T, there's a thing with that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let you go because I can talk a
Okay.
whole lot. For
I
some
know.
reason, it's
I
like
know.
it's some reason it's like I'm trying to get everything out of my brain while I can, and I'm going to have faith in God, but I just feel like I'm not going to be able to express myself the same
No,
way
wait a minute.
afterward.
Let me stop you there.
But
You can't do both, baby. You gonna either have to go
uh,
on there with faith, you have to speak your recovery, your speedy recovery with your functions, and you have to believe that, and you have to do everything possible to make your healing. You know what I mean? Don't say, I
yeah,
just feel like I'm going. No, no, no. Don't put that in the atmosphere. Remember, whatever we
okay.
put in the
The power of the
atmosphere
tongue.
is
Yeah,
the power of the tongue. Exactly. So you're going to be all right. You don't have to get everything out. Journal. Journal while you're in the
right.
hospital and recovering. Journal. Just start journaling.
That's a good point. Yeah,
And I think you're going to be all right. I know you've gone through some things on here. Probably this is not the best place for you to heal either, Tanya. When you trying to get back into it.
yeah.
Yeah, this is,
But
is a lot of stuff
but you
going
know
on
what?
here.
I think what because I went out on disability because of my sarcoidosis in 2012. I've always worked with
Oh,
at risk kids.
oh.
So I was either doing CPS or working with the disabled kids or
Mhm,
suicidal kids. That's all.
mhm,
That's always what I did.
mhm,
So all of this stuff that's coming up now,
mhm.
it is really triggering to me
Okay.
because when I would have to go out on investigations, I would have to take pictures
Oh,
of
me too.
bruises.
Me too.
You
Yep.
have to measure it. Is it
Yep.
near a major organ?
Yep.
Is it an old bruise? Is it a new bruise?
Documents. Me
Um,
too.
I don't even want to get to the other abuse,
No,
but
believe me, I've
right.
experienced some in my
And to
line of
hear,
work as well.
I knew some actual fathers who would come
Mhm.
in and admit to us what how they groomed their own
Oh, oh
children. I'm talking
yeah.
about biological, not even
Yeah.
stepfathers.
Yeah.
And so when I hear people throw these things out so easily, I'm like, do y'all realize how much these kids are hurting? Um, I was listening to a testimony. There was a young
Okay.
white guy who shared his testimony, and he came up in a situation like that in West Virginia. His mom was on, you know what, had different
Mhm.
drug,
Mhm.
DR, whatever, had different
Mhm.
boyfriends in and out, whatever things happened to him.
Mhm.
He ended up getting into black magic
Mhm.
and messing with Ouija boards because he
Mm.
said that gave him power,
Mhm.
and he said he started casting spells and he got into the dark magic because he felt he was so powerless.
Mhm.
And there are so many kids people don't understand when they're looking at our kids and trying to figure out why so many of them are going to Wiccan, becoming
Mhm.
witches, and going into
Mhm.
black magic and stuff
Mhm.
because they feel powerless as kids. They feel like,
Mhm.
okay, as adults in my life, y'all are not protecting me. But
Right.
you also have to know when you make a deal with the devil, you're going to have to
Whew.
pay.
Say it. Say it. And that's what I always say. I say that constantly on here. Whatever you put out there, whatever seed you sow, whether they are good soil, what they call it, good soil, bad soil, or stony ground, you will reap
You're going to
them.
reap what you
And so
sow.
all these people spewing out all this junk against children, against mothers and fathers, they are going to reap it. Now, we may not see them reap it on here, but trust and
Right.
believe me, they are going to reap it because that's God's word. That's not Tanya's word.
Amen.
That's not Mz.Teavalocity words. And that's why we have to watch what we say. I just told you, don't say, I feel like I'm going to. No, I'm going to go in this surgery. God's hands are on me, and I'm going to be okay. I'm going to come out and I will be healthy and healed in God's name. Leave it. Don't cast no doubts. Don't do anything with it, but go in there with that mindset. And let me tell you something. Years ago, 30 years ago, how am I 62? 30, it's 30 some years ago.
Wow.
I remember the first brain surgery they did where
Beautiful.
I lived at. That was successful. And that was the start of it. That was the
Okay.
start of it. That was the very first one that they had did in that area. And I took care of that woman. And that was the very start of them doing removing, like tumors and stuff on people's
Yeah.
brains. So, and it went successful.
John
And
Hopkins
so
is
they
going to
do
be
them
the team
all
I'm
the
with.
time
Yeah.
now. So you don't have to worry
Mhm.
about it. They do them all
Yeah.
the time now, sweetheart. So I
Yeah. I'm
wish
with
you
John
well.
Hopkins, and I've heard that John Hopkins
John
is like
Hopkins
the
is
top. So,
very good. That's one of the top
yes.
hospitals to do that. Let me tell you something.
Right.
John Hopkins and them have a team. They work with a team
Yes.
of
It's a team of
doctors.
them. It
It's
is.
not just
Yep.
one doctor, baby. They work with a
Yep.
team of doctors. And I think you'll be all right. Again, put out in the atmosphere, pull away from some of this negativity so it won't shatter your spirits, good in your spirits, and you have doubt in God. And you go and be blessed, and it'll work out.
So I need to just learn how to pray for children,
Just pray
no
for
matter
them.
what.
That's all
Just
you can
pray for
do.
the kids.
We'll
Yeah.
pray for the kids. Yep.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks
baby
for your
girl. And I
time.
wish you well and thank you
Mhm.
for coming up, Miss T.
All
And
right.
listen,
Tell
you could
all the
cash
people in the
at
chat,
me.
say hello. I don't look at the chat, can't see it. So
Oh, they're not saying
everyone be
anything
blessed.
bad. We don't do that over here, baby.
I
Oh,
just want to speak and not be rude and just say
no,
everyone be blessed and just remember our children, they're very precious. They're a gift from God.
They are a gift from
So
God. And Miss
yeah.
Iverson, normally don't beg, but please send my cash app because I'm sure that this is going to be in the yellow.
Just say it what it is. I'm gonna write it down.
It's going to be in the yellow. Last time I had to dump a whole video because
Just tell it to me because I'm on my phone and it's hard for me like to go back and forth. So just give it to me. I'm sending directly to you.
Miss Mz
Mhm.
Teava
Mhm.
$ Mz Teava.
All right. Got
Yeah,
you.
I got to get my
Thank you.
coins. Tanya,
I
we
can right
praying
send it
for
to
you.
you right
Every,
now. Listen, I don't let people down.
I
I
know,
support
baby.
who's doing right.
I see
Okay.
I see the good in you, baby. You guys, please put prayer hands in the chat for Miss Iverson and the
And
view as
also
well.
view
And
and
view, of
view. And
course, my girlfriend view as well. Put prayer
view.
hands for you.
I'll be praying for you too. View.
Okay, baby. I'll put sister
Okay.
prayers
You
up for
guys
you.
have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
You too. Thank you so much for contributing to tonight's show. I
No,
enjoyed you,
thank you
baby.
for having me
No
and
problem at
listening.
all.
Have a good night.
You too,
All
love.
right. Bye bye.
Bye bye. You guys, I told you I wouldn't be before you long. I just wanted to come on here and tell you that I appreciate Tanya coming up here to speak on it because there are a lot of men out there who bad things have happened to that are victims and they're afraid to share their stories because people re-victimize them again and they also make fun of them and all sorts of things. But if you need some psychological help, if you're suffering from any type of mental illness, you know whether or not you may have something going on in your mind and in your life, and you need help, reach out to professionals. Don't hesitate to reach out to professionals. That's the only way you're going to deal with your past trauma or your mental illness. And that's a fact. Some of us don't like to do it, especially African American people, Black people. You know, it's taboo to them, but it's not as taboo as it used to be. So make sure if you suffering from any type of mental illness, or if anything has ever happened to you, to some type of trauma, get you some professional help. YouTube won't do it. Screaming at people, talking about people, casting your hurt on other people will not heal you. And that's a fact. And with that being said, Jahab Bell, thank you so much for joining me. Queen Diva, thank you. Regina, Tanya, who else? Everyone who joined me tonight. My mixology. Hey, Monty, baby. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to jump off this live because I've been up all morning, you know? So I'm getting kind of tired and I think I'm going to turn to Snowfall. I think I'm going to start watching Snowfall. I heard that was a good show. Watching Snowfall. I'm going to stay away from this mess for a while because I could tell it's getting to me and it's probably getting in my spirit a little bit. So I need to back off. But you guys make the decision to do what you want to do. You all are grown. I know we like the drama, we like the entertainment. However, that stuff will get into your spirit. That's a lot of negative energy, and those are hurt people looking to hurt other people. And that's a fact. So you don't want to be what they call a casualty of war just by being in someone's chat. Thank you, baby. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You don't want to be a casualty of war by just being in these chats because these people are going haywire. They don't care who they hit now. They're angry, they mad, they caught up in chaos. So they don't care. So make sure you don't be a casualty of war. If you looking at that mess and you just have to look at, it's not coming up. I don't know why, baby. That's my I don't know, sweetheart, but that's it. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. That's definitely it. Why are you sad at Tia? I'm sad because Tia, hey Tia, my boo boo, I haven't seen you, Lady Tia, because it's just so much going on here. I know we wanted to be sector. There it is. Thank you, Shireen. Yeah, that's it. I know we wanted the beef sector to come back, but I just think this mixing is making the beef sector worse. This is not the way we wanted the beef sector to come back. And it really disheartened me to see so many broken, hurt people, traumatized women going after each other and throwing their kids in the mix, their dead parents, their alive parents. Everyone's getting thrown in the mix, and there's no regard for black women or men over here. And I'm not sitting up, I'm not gonna sit up here and give a Dr. Martin Luther King speech or nothing, but it's very sad to see so many black women destroy each other. It is, and especially to talk about kids. That's a sad thing. These kids have nothing to do with it. And no matter how hard, or no matter how many times you tell them to leave the kids out of it, they're going to continue to put kids in it because you allow it. Because you allow them to grace your platform, because you allow them to bring all these demons in. And I'm not talking about one specific person. I was over in other areas and the same thing was happening, and I was like, my gosh. And these are women, young women. Just a sad thing. Okay, okay. Love you, sis. I'm about to get out of here. You guys, Tia, thanks for joining me, baby girl. I missed you the other day. I don't know why I was looking for you. For some reason, I was looking for you. I don't know why. Maybe it was something I wanted to say to you. But that's all I was saying. Is a little disheartening to see so much hate being spewed around here, especially hate on children that have been traumatized. And they turning into traumatized adults because they haven't dealt with their traumas. And so they have no regards for anyone because they are full of pain, full of hurt, and they can't see it. They can't live a happy, healthy life because they can't see the forest for the trees. I never knew that it was this bad. The beef sector has nothing on what I just heard. Mothers were involved, and it was sad. And no, and the beef sector are allowing them to come over here with that bullshit. Now we wanted them to, shape up now. We wanted them to do a little battle, but it's just getting grimier and grimier and grimier over here. But this is what I do want to say. If you're a content creator, trust and believe, and you out here motivating, uplifting people, and you have a positive message for people, people will come because some people are really getting tired of those shenanigans. Some people can't handle that shit because people watching have had bad things happen to them. And so what is it doing? Is just triggering them. And so they're going to get tired of it. Trust and believe me, keep doing you. You guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. Be blessed and guard your energy and guard your peace. We are in a spiritual warfare. This is higher than us. This is bigger than us. What's going on is bigger than us. I never knew how much CPS is involved in people's lives, and it's not about these babies. No, and the parents don't care about, because if CPS was involved and they were trying to do the right thing, they wouldn't be on here doing this, what they're doing. If they really had a CPS case and they really care about getting their children back, they wouldn't be on here degrading each other the way they do and telling all of their business and all the pull-ups. Innocent children are being involved in grown-ups mess, and I don't like it. But it is what it is, you guys. We can't stop them from doing it. We only could stop our support. And remember, when we see a beast, we either feed the beast or starve the beast. If you feed it, it'll grow. If you starve it, it will die. That's just a fact. And so use your energy and your time wisely. Much love to everybody. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. This was just a quick one. And see, I didn't have 1,000 people over here, but whoever the message was for, 35 people stayed around to listen to it. If you see a king smile, Him straighten it up. If you see your queen's crown crooked, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princes and your princesses. They are our joint heirs. They are our future. They're looking to inherit something other than stress, mess, and drama. And always be a blessing, not a bother. It doesn't take much to bless someone. A simple hello, how are you? You look beautiful today. I love that tie you have on, sir. Can I buy that cup of coffee for you? Here's a couple of dollars for lunch. I must say, you are radiant. I'll grab those groceries. Oops, I'll hold that door. You never know what someone is going through. Make sure you be a blessing to them, and in return, God will bless you. Peace, and y'all be safe out there in those streets. Guard your energy. Guard your energy. Let's get ready to get out here.